Previously, Ms. Bernatsky urged all state bodies, which have at their disposal as evidence that Shary and Klyuev lived outside of Ukraine, to provide them to the Commission. It is known that this citizen left the territory of Ukraine in 2014, together with Yanukovych, and not lived in Ukraine for the last 5 years, the letter reads. CEC registered candidates excursionik the administration of President Viktor Yanukovych Andrei Klyuev on the majority district in the Donetsk region and vlogs Anatoly Shary on the list of Sharia party on 2nd of July, although late June denied them this. Check both made possible by the Supreme Court, which found insufficient collected CEC evidence that Klyuev and Shary have not lived 5 years in Ukraine, as required by election law. In the case of Klyuev's evidence, the CEC was based on the letter from the General Prosecutor's Office, where he talked about his permanent residency in Russia. According to Sharia, the main evidence was the minutes of the meeting of the CEC, where the wife of the Sharia states that their family is already 7 years living in Europe, and statements of the blogger. The Supreme Court held that the evidence is insufficient and obliged the CEC to re-examine the documents from the candidates, not considering the letter of the Prosecutor General and the application of Sharia with his wife. The former head of Yanukovych's administration is in the investigation department of the SBU. He is suspected of excess of office powers accompanied by violence, misappropriation of state property in an organized group on a large scale, and preventing the peaceful assembly of citizens. According to the SBU, Klyuev traveled outside of Ukraine in 2014, and his lawyers pointed to his place of registration: Russia, Moskovskaya Oblast, Pozlak Shulgino, Street Wood. According to the SBU, Shary has traveled outside the Ukraine in 2012 by train Kiev-Moscow and not returned. The Secret Service notes that Shary has lived in the Netherlands, where in 2013 he obtained refugee status, and in 2018, lived in the territory of Lithuania.